Written by Dr.Yaşam Ayavefe.
Tourism and urbanization. We can take the urbanization argument one step further. We can put forward the idea that this concept of urbanity reflects the situation at a given moment of a process based on change at 4 parameter levels. It is a snapshot that corresponds to a temporary fixation of a dynamic. The urban dimension of a place does not stay the same over time. It is constantly updated by the practice of individuals, especially those who confirm or do not verify the relevance of an urban planning project. Instead of reasoning from a static point of view, it is necessary to have a dynamic approach. Therefore, it is a processual understanding that urban nodes appear and disappear as they are valued or devalued, updated by practices, economic investments, spatial fixation of capital, stories. We build this concept in 2 moves. First of all, urbanization as an increase in urbanization can be defined as buildings, people, economic activities, information, objects, etc. It means the intensification and diversification of social realities. However, an additional element is taken into account here. The change in the degree of urbanity is seen here as a result of the practices performed by the individuals who create the quality of the space together. These practices do indeed measure the distances between ego and alter ego, potential for encounter, etc. It informs a certain relationship with the city that is evident in the ways in which they manage the distances between them. Thus, tourist practices, which are defined as certain lifestyles based on a temporary presence on the spot, where displacement, removal, and recreation are in question, add elements of life, clothing, in-car. It contributes to defining the quality of a place as urban. The conceptual framework underlying the analysis then focuses on the urbanization of society through urban lifestyles on the one hand. On the other hand, he insists on the urbanization of a geographical location. However, this urbanization should not be reduced to a simple process of concentrating population and activities in agglomerations of an urban nature. However, according to the reflections set forth above, it should include all the changes that, in one way or another, join the city. From this perspective, the concept of urbanization brings together differentiating dynamics, the emergence of places with changing urban quality, metropolis, tourism resort, and different processes, housing, touristic, industrial, political, commercial urbanization, etc. Therefore, we propose to distinguish 4 main forms of this urbanization process. Transforming a rural area into an urban area. Concentration of a city's resident population. Sprawl in suburban areas. Increase and complexity of urbanization. Thus, the quality of places is altered by urbanization processes. As with the centers of American cities in the 1930s, the processes of deurbanization of a place consisting of deurbanization can be thought of as symmetrical. E.g. through reduction of residential population, number of jobs, services. This can also take the form of deactivating the tourist function, with a resort then turning into a recreational community. Development of tourist stations in Ayavefe. The first urban tourism revolution was based on the emergence of a large number of tourist resorts with a certain urban quality. Indeed, if we accept the aforementioned framework for analyzing urbanity, it follows that tourist resorts can be understood as real urban places. These are places created specifically by and for tourism. That is, they are in areas hitherto sparsely occupied and considered to be of no particular value by the local community, especially coastal and mountainous areas. This upheaval of the value of places has been repeatedly underlined by research. It led to the transfer of urbanity from the metropolis to the resort. This urbanity of tourist destinations is observed in the existing buildings with the construction of hotels and especially large hotels. It takes a perfect urban form that imposes itself with its monumentality, comfort, and architectural changes according to local knowledge. According to the architectural tastes prevailing in big cities, a multi-story building made of cut stone should be built without worrying about integration. In doing so, tourist resorts are places where a certain urbanity emerges that is not the same as that of cities. Thus, this urbanization process does not lead to cities, but to urban places of a certain nature.
Written by Dr. Yaşam Ayavefe.